This month, we are taking a deeper look at local families who have had an impact on the history of our great city.
And we're showing you how the new generations are continuing the legacy of their ancestors and even pushing it forward.
Tonight, WDSU's Casey Ferran introduces us to the Bush family who had a profound economic, educational, and social impact on our community.
My father was Oliver Bush Sr. He was the first black man to have a Texaco service station down here in Louisiana. He was the first black man to open a credit union in the 9th Ward. He was the first black man to be manager of a Louisiana life insurance company.
Oliver Bush Sr. also filed a pivotal lawsuit in 1952 against the Orleans Parish School Board to desegregate the city schools.
He saw the discrepancies in education between blacks and whites in Louisiana. So he filed a lawsuit demanding that his son be enrolled in one of the local schools that was half empty.
That son was Earl Benjamin Bush, who was the young plaintiff named on the lawsuit. He and other black school children were represented by attorneys like A.P. Turo and Thurgood Marshall. It would take 10 years for that lawsuit to make its way through federal courts. In 1962, a plan was negotiated to desegregate the district schools.
Of course, I never got a chance to go to an integrated school. I had an opportunity to teach in a school that I was responsible for integrating.
Earl Benjamin Bush has been an educator for more than 40 years, including at McDonough 19, one of the first schools in New Orleans to integrate in 1960. And at 82 years old, he continues to teach in Baton Rouge.
It was through education that Oliver Bush's legacy was passed down to his great-grandson. It wasn't in a history book. It was through a lesson he learned from his uncle for a Black History project when he was in the 3rd grade here at McDonough 19 school.
Everybody's picking Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks, and some picked Malcolm X. And so I didn't know what I wanted to pick. So I asked my uncle, and he said, why don't you do a report on your great-grandfather? And he started to tell me about the school I was at, that was the school that integrated the Orleans public school system.
Kevin Bush shared his grandfather's story because of family pride and a desire to keep Bush's memory and lessons alive through his own lineage.
This is Falstaff and Claiborne. This is the original place of Bush Texaco gas station that Oliver Bush, my grandfather, owned. We worked at the gas station. That's where we did our homework and everything. So I did a lot of talking with my grandfather. I was around him a lot.
He instilled those lessons from his grandfather into his nephew, where they took root.
Even when I strayed away as an adult, I knew that was better in me. And so it always brought me back to what the family name meant. I felt powerful to know where you came from.
What does your grandfather mean to you today?
Black excellence, entrepreneurship, self-reliance, America.
Attributes that Tucker also embodies as the owner of TI Contracting, where he leads a team of 25, managing multi-million-dollar state and federal contracts, handling transportation, hauling, and freight-moving logistics.
When you think about the path you're on and where you are now, does it boggle your mind? Were you certain this is where you would be?
I pinch myself every morning. It's like walking on pins and needles, like this can't be real. Certainly the sky's the limit, and growth is astronomical for the future.
Now he works to create opportunities and open doors for other entrepreneurs who look like him.
The American dream is still alive for most of us, There's some progress that's needed, but the dream lives.
There's no denying that the passion for community and entrepreneurship that Oliver Bush Sr. embodied was passed down through the generations and lives on through Tucker.
I see in him what I did with him. All he do is go around trying to help everybody, kids, different people. He do the same thing, and that's where I feel that my grandfather is still living. There's no greater feeling to see a generation 3 generations after my grandfather, still doing the same thing. I'm very, very happy, and I'm proud today to still say that I'm a Bush.
Casey Ferrand, WDSU News.
Awesome story. So little we knew about Oliver Bush, but we know now. Continue to follow WDSU for more Black History Month features on air and